Now you know what to look for when buying cameras, you know what to look for when buying lenses. Now let's look at microphones. So mics are a fundamental part of the filmmaking process. Good audio creates emotion, and emotion helps you tell your story. Sound is really important because it engages your audience. It helps deliver information, it helps production value, and it also evokes emotional response. It emphasises what is on the screen, and it's used to indicate mood. When put to good use, sound, music, or even silence can elevate your video dramatically. Bad sound, however, can ruin your video, and yet audio is often left as an afterthought for post-production, which is crazy because no amount of editing can fix bad sound. So let's look at an example. Do you feel engaged watching this clip?
We've been going now 5 years, coming up to 6 years on my own. I've been doing the job for coming up.
How about now?
We've been going now 5 years, coming up to 6 years on my own. I've been doing the job for coming up.
You see, good audio creates emotion and draws your audience into the film. How would you feel if you paid for somebody to be your wedding videographer and they sent you a wedding video and the audio was crackly and unclear? So let's talk about mic choices. So what types of mics are there? As a beginner, there are so many brands and price points to choose from. In short, there are two main types of mic that you will use. A shotgun mic like this one here, and a lavalier mic like this one here. These depend on what you are really shooting, but it's good to have both in your bag just in case. Now, shotgun mics are generally used when filming action, TV, or any other scenes where it's not possible to get a mic attached to the talent. A good example would be in TV. You know, the people who stand all day holding the boom pole, they're in charge of shotgun mics. You can also buy shotgun mics to fit directly on your camera for reference audio. As a beginner, I would say don't worry too much about big bulky shotgun mics like this one. Invest in small camera top mics like the Rode VideoMic Go. These are a cost-effective way to make sure you capture good audio in camera. Although your camera might have a built-in mic, the quality just won't be the same. So depending on what you're filming, this could prove more work later down the line. I own the Movo Photo VXR100L, which is this guy, which is ideal for talking headshots or for backup audio if I ever need to use it. Lavalier mics, or lav mics for short, are the small clip-on mics that attach for clothes, like this one that I'm wearing for example. These capture great audio without the need for a boom pole or boom operator, so as a one-man band they can be a really good piece of kit just to have in your arsenal. And because they're small in size, it's really easy to hide them. Personally, I use the Tascam DR10-L, which is this guy. As the battery life is great, I can easily transfer the audio files to my PC, and it's small so it'll fit in any pocket or clip it to the back of a belt. But don't worry, there are plenty of cheaper and just as effective options on the market, such as the Synco lav mic, which I used for about a year or so before upgrading to the Tascam. In some of my videos, you'll see me using a condenser mic, like this one here, the Rode NT-USB. These are great for YouTube videos or podcasts as they easily plug into your PC and there's no need to record onto an SD card. These can go into the higher price range, but one that I would recommend is the Rode NT-USB, which is about £149. But don't worry, there are plenty of cheaper options on Amazon. Now that we've talked about the different types of mics, let's have a look at how they all perform. So right now, this audio that you're hearing is me hooked up to the Tascam DR10 lav mic. The main perk of using a lav mic is portability, so I can literally move around anywhere I wanted to, and because I'm connected to the mic, there's no wires to worry going into the camera. Now I'm recording just into the Rode VideoMic Go, but as this is a directional mic, if I move it to the side, it doesn't pick me up as well, and again, if I move it to the other side. These are great for picking up reference audio, but bear in mind, if you are going to be up in the action, you need to be pointed directly at your subject. So right now is a lot better than if I was to go side on, like this. Next is my larger shotgun mic. So exactly the same as above, if I move it to the left, then the sound quality will suffer, and if I move it to the right, then it'll do the same. So ideally what I want to be doing is going straight on to the actual microphone itself. Now onto the Rode NT-USB. This is great as it will pick up sound to any extent all around it. The sound pickup isn't the best to the left or to the right or at the back, but if you're doing sit-in shots such as podcasts, then these are great. Finally, here's me talking directly to the camera's internal microphone. As you can hear, there's a lot of background noise and the audio sounds very tinny. And it's just not the best professional audio. Don't get me wrong, it's great for reference audio, so if you're going to sync this up later in Premiere, but I wouldn't use it just as your sole camera on any projects. So if you're recording using a boom, or if you're recording things such as weddings, it's definitely worth investing in a good quality sound recording device. Now I get asked a lot, what will I need to record audio using a recorder? Let's say that you're shooting a wedding, for example. Time is of the essence, so you won't have time to mic up every single speaker at the wedding breakfast, unless you buy several lav mics. So a sound recorder is a great thing to have on hand, as you can easily plug it into the DJ's line-in or into the back of the PA system with the DJ's consent. This will give a direct feed straight from whichever mic is being used. And as far as recommendations, I would recommend the Zoom H6. Yes, it's expensive, but it's 100% worth the investment to save you ever being stuck in the situation if it ever arose. You'll find a list of all the gear that I would recommend in this section, or you can head to my kit.com page. But for now, keep shooting, and if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out.